Hi, I'm Sandy from Sandy Over 70, and I live in a retirement community, a CCRC, continuing care retirement community. Life here can be as busy or as slow as you want. I live in a villa, which is an attached house, and I have ground around me, and there's plenty of opportunity for gardening if that's what I would like. However, I prefer container gardens. But I just wanted to show you some of the things that I've been doing in my free time, which is all my time, and give you a glimpse of my retirement life. So here goes. Here at the retirement community, I've been on the Health and Wellness Committee, which is a committee of the resident council. I've been on it for 3 years. We've done a lot of good, and I'm very proud of my work on that committee, but I figured it was time to make a change. And so I signed up for the Programs and Activities Committee. There are 2 jobs associated with that committee. One is host, and the other is introducer of our guests for the activities that Resident Life provides for us in the evenings. We have a lot of music events. So I signed up to be the host at our next event, and it was a harpsichordist. We had a guest harpsichordist, and he was very good. He brought his own harpsichord, assembled it, and played on it. It was amazing. I watched him take it down and roll it out to his car, but that's another story. So what was my role? My role was to get there early, talk to the musician, which I did. I found out about him, and he had some programs ready, so I didn't have to look for them. I took his programs. I opened up the doors so people could get in. I adjusted the air conditioning, and I greeted everyone as they walked in the door and gave them a program. I was supposed to be in the back of the room to make sure that I could handle any problems that might arise. I'm trying to think, I had to count the people and report it. There were 53 in attendance. It wasn't hard, but I'd never done anything like that before, so I did it, and now I know what it's all about. So that's one of the jobs here from one of our committees at the community center, and they're fun, and you get to meet more people when you do this. For instance, the person I worked with, I really didn't know her very well, but now I know her better. I coordinated dance here at the community center twice a month, and usually we string up some white lights on the wall, and I have a disco light that I flash on the ceiling to make it festive. But this time we were asked if we would like them to keep the decorations up that they had up for the fiesta for the staff that day. It was yesterday, and they had one of their staff events, and I said, of course, you know, any decorations I would love. So when we walked in, this is what we saw. It was beautiful. They even had left 2 trays of cupcakes for us, and the tables were all ready to sit down. They had tablecloths on and special lighting, so it was really great. We had a good turnout too. The dance floor was crowded, and lots of fun, lots of different kinds of music that I play, so everyone can dance, whether they're ballroom dancers, Latin dancers, or just casual freestyle dancers. I have a new ruffled skirt and a new top with fringes on it. I thought it would be perfect for a fiesta theme, and I had my husband wear his red shirt, and we had a really nice time. I certainly have enough space and ground around my villa to have a garden if I wanted to, but I really don't want to. I like container gardening, and so every year I get a certain kind of hanging begonia called dragon wing begonia, and I have 4 of those. They're very sensitive to the sun though, so I had to pull 2 of them back in, but they bloom from May to November basically, and they're easy to take care of. The other thing I love is begonias. red begonias because they're so bright and they're so full, and the flowers are there for the entire season, 5-6 months. Easy to care for. I don't have to do anything with them. These begonias are so beautiful. They look like roses. This year I tried something new. I decided to try some petunias because I have so much intense sun on the back deck and in the front, and I thought they might hold out better. And they're doing quite well, but the problem with the petunias, of course, is you have to pluck off the dead flowers. It's kind of slimy, but you know, they're doing good. I added a rose bush to my collection this year. I only have knockout rose bushes because supposedly they're the easiest, and they're not supposed to get bugs. They're supposed to be bug resistant. Well, guess what? That is not exactly true. This is my old rose bush. I've had it, I think, for a year or two. And it bloomed initially, but now this is what it looks like. And when I looked closer, I saw that the leaves had been eaten, obviously by insects. So I got out the insect spray and sprayed it thoroughly. I'm hoping that helps. Now, this one is my new one, and it's still blooming. I sprayed it also, but I hope it holds up better than the older one does. One day I was walking along the side of my property here, and I came upon this group of flowers, hydrangeas, which I did not even know that I had. And they're so beautiful. I love hydrangeas. But look at where they are. This is our deck. And I was looking over the deck and just looking down, and I just happened to see these. I had no idea they were here. I've been here for 3 years. And then over here, look at this. I'm not sure what these are, but they're so pretty. I'm on the rooftop of the Cambria Hotel in downtown Asheville, North Carolina, and I've just had my topper here just about unravel. Thread got caught on it and I kept walking, but it's pretty much intact. So we just had empanadas, chicken empanadas, very good, and plantains. I'm surprised it's not more crowded, really. It's 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. But there's lots of empty seats and empty tables in the restaurant. I'm thinking maybe Asheville has not yet recovered from Hurricane Helene. Now there's music inside, and I was expecting Cuban music, and it's not. So we came out here, but I'm gonna go back in and see if they're playing anything that resembles Cuban music. Honestly, technology is moving so fast I can barely keep up. I'm hanging there with the tips of my fingers. So here's the latest. We went to dinner tonight, and I used the valet parking at the hotel where the restaurant is located in. And so I pulled in, and they come up with their little pad or phone or whatever they were using. They asked my name and my telephone number, and that's it, no receipt. And they have a number that they put on the car. They told me that I will be getting a text, and when I'm ready to get my car, just to request it through the text. Okay, so when we were done, I clicked on the text, and it said, "Are you sure you're ready for your car?" And I said, "Yes." And then it said, "How would you like to pay? Credit card or cash?" And I thought, well, if I pay a credit card, I'm going to have to put in all that information into my phone, am I? Maybe not. Maybe I could have, I'm thinking maybe I could have just tapped my credit card on the valet's phone. I don't know. But anyway, I thought this is too much trouble, so I'm going to pay cash. So I clicked cash. When I went to the valet station, he said, "How are you going to pay?" And I said, "Cash." And I handed him the $10. He was so surprised. He put it in a little white envelope where the few people who paid cash had paid him. So obviously they don't get a lot of cash. He went to find my car. It told him on his phone where it was, brought the car over. But I get nervous with all this new stuff. In fact, I get nervous just driving downtown because I'm not really familiar with Asheville all that much. I've been there a number of times, but driving there, trying to find a parking space and all that, makes me nervous. I've decided I'm just going to try to drive there more until I get really comfy. So we'll see what happens with that. Finally, walking my dog, Corky, keeps both of us in shape. She's a Maltipoo, 7.5 pounds, but she probably walks over a mile a day. I hope you enjoyed getting a glimpse of my retirement life. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please consider subscribing to my channel. Have a great day.